Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Emile from the Spartan Collection. Now, as always, if you like this video and want to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's free, and it really helps out the channel. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guy's packaging. Here it is. As you can see, it's pretty standard for the Spartan Collection. Nice big window here on the front to show off the figure. Then on the back, it's got an image here of the Emile figure, as well as the other figures that you can pick up in this line. Overall, pretty standard stuff. So let's go ahead and get back to Emile himself here. Now, he stands at 7 inches tall, so he's right in scale with all of your other figures that have been released so far, and he comes with a ton of accessories. The first one here is his shotgun. There we go. As you can see, it's very nicely detailed. There is a little peg hole here, so you could place it on his back. It does have some paintwork on it as well, and as you can see, it is made of an incredibly flexible material, which is nice because, you know, these Spartans are so bulky that I think it's pretty easy for these weapons to kind of collide with their armor, and so it does make posing a little bit easier. His next accessory is his knife. As you can see here, again, it is nicely sculpted and detailed. And this does actually go into the sheath on his shoulder pad here. I should mention that the knife is also fairly flexible, so it's pretty easy really to get it into the shoulder pad, and it doesn't really get in the way that much when you're posing because it can just kind of bend out of the way. Really, really nicely done there. He comes with a ton of hands as well. Those are his final accessories. The ones that are on the figure here are just basic gripping hands. He's got one for each side. Then he has two just sort of loose grip hands, one for each side. He's got two fist hands. And then finally he has this one here, again kind of like a loose grip slash kind of trigger hand. So overall, especially for the price that these figures retail for, I'm super impressed with the number of accessories and the paint job on the accessories, and frankly the paint job on the figure. Really feel like you get a lot for your money when you purchase one of these Spartan Collection figures. Now, as far as articulation on this figure goes, it is a vast improvement over the figures in the first wave. They had a ton of quality control issues, and this figure fortunately doesn't seem to have any of those. He's got a ball peg in the head and then a hinge at the base of the neck, which gives him a really nice range of motion. And I think they've done a really nice job here with the visor as well, trying to emulate the game. Really cool. There are butterfly joints at the shoulders here. Not really that much range of motion, but just enough to give you a little bit extra. On top of that, he's got a ball hinge. Great range of motion there. Bicep swivel, again, excellent range of motion there, as much as you need. Then he's got a double jointed elbow with greater than 90 degrees on it, which is good, of course, for a figure that's this bulky, especially one that's going to be using a rifle. He does have hinged wrists with a swivel. Now, I will say, for a figure that is going to be holding like a gun accessory, basically, the hinge really should be running this direction. It doesn't prevent you from posing this figure, but it does kind of hinder you a little bit. Flipping it around on the back, I do want to mention that this little section here can be pulled out and flipped around to mount the shotgun here on his back on a little peg hole. When you flip him around again, he's got what feels like a ball peg here at the torso. Not the greatest range of motion. You just get a little bit of a twist there. That's probably the weakest point of articulation on the figure, frankly, but it's not a huge deal overall. He does have T-jointed hips, excellent range of motion out to the side, as you can see here. Then kicks forward, again, excellent range of motion. There is a kind of a thigh swivel hidden in there. I will say that you can't really get the leg to go backward that much. Basically only comes forward. He does have double jointed knees. Excellent range of motion there, pretty much as you could possibly need. I will say it is a little bit ugly when you actually articulate it because the joint becomes so large, but there's not a ton that they can do to alleviate that, especially with the overall design of the knee pads and everything. I think it's pretty much all they could have done, really. He does have hinged ankles with an ankle rocker, and then finally a toe hinge. On this side, mine is a little bit loose, but the other one is definitely tight enough to hold up the figure, and this one's frankly not that loose overall. So Frankly, I think that this is one of the best figures that they've released in the Spartan Collection so far. I will say I'm a little biased. Emile is probably my favorite character from Halo Reach. I just have always loved the design, but I 100% recommend picking up this figure if you haven't already. It's an awesome character with an awesome design, and they have done an excellent job representing it on this figure, and they have improved on the quality control issues that they had in the first wave. So I am 100% happy with this figure, and I'm glad to add it to the collection. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you later.